Okay, everybody, it's Bobby from the Westover Preppers Homestead. I just showed you how I marked out my area and squared it up. So we're going to dig some holes. This is the not so much fun part of the project, especially when you're running the roots and tough ground. But I'm going to dig these holes here. I'm going to dig these 4, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to put two more holes once I get this all squared off and make sure it's nice and square to be the front corner post of the actual chicken coop. So, not to bore you with my post hole digging, because all I got is a standard set of post hole diggers and some muscles, and I'm just digging away. So I'm going to go down these posts. What I use is what I designed the post with. They're going to be 4x4s. Now, you go to a lumber yard or something like that, and you're looking at the 4x4 post, and they're, I don't know, $7, $8, $9, somewhere around there. And they're just 4x4s. They're treated. Well, I got the idea that I needed 4x4s, but $7, $8, $9, you know, for a 4x4. I got the idea that I could use the 4x4x8 landscaping timbers. Same thing. They're treated. They're a little rounded. I'll show you when I get them going. Bring them over here. But they're $4.27. So half price for the same amount of wood. And there's more work into them, I think, than there is in the 4x4s, because they got them rounded and stuff. So ideally, that works. Right now, based on the material that I have, that I'm going to have into the post, or into the chicken coop, is right around, I don't know, $250. I bought a couple other things when I was there, so I'm not real sure, but somewhere around there, $250, $300. I can get closer if you're interested in knowing that. But I'm going to go about 2 foot down with these posts, just so they're stable. And there's my 2 foot. So I'm going to dig these 4, and then I'll get the posts out here, start squaring them up. We'll be back with you. Okay, everyone, Bobby back with Westover's Homestead Prepper. Got the 4 holes dug, all clay, hard dirt. I did want to mention one thing. When you do mark it out and you decide, hey, that's where I'm going to put it, double check with a stick or a rod that where you're going to dig your holes, you don't run into roots. Because I got these 3 holes done and ran into roots, and instead of moving them all, I had to muscle through it, but that wasn't fun. So anyways, what you do is you kind of get your rough estimate. I got my 5 foot. About my 12. Make sure I still got all my measurements all around. And 5 foot. And 12, I might have to shave that hole a little bit. But then what you do is you check to make sure you're square. You're just building something in the middle of nowhere. You don't want to put it up and then find out your cattywampus. So what you do is you go from the center of the hole to the center of the hole. It's about 156 right there. Okay, so that just means that this measurement, since all of it's 5 by 12 by 5 by 12, that this measurement should be the same. Okay, 156. I did that because I squared it up and made sure it was there. Now, say for example, this was 163 and you still had your 5 by 12. That just means you're tweaked like this. So what you want to do is split the difference. So if you have 6 inches there that's different from this dimension, go 3 inches, then remeasure. Because this measurement's going to change again, this measurement's going to change. Once you get them to read exactly the same, then you know you're square. And then you can proceed with digging your holes, and you can compensate a little bit, you know, making bigger holes, whatever. Because then once you set them up, you get your post in there, you set them up, then you re-square it, and you make sure. So you try to make sure your holes are big enough that you got a little playroom. Mine are real tight because I'm digging in clay and it's real hard. I'm not trying to open them up that much. So what I got all the holes at 2 foot deep right now. I'm going to sink the post all the way to the bottom, and then I'm going to put concrete around them. Normally what we would do if we're building decks or something, we would dig 42 inches down, stick an 8-inch by 12-inch block down there, and then you set your post on top of it. Your post is not supposed to be in the concrete. With this being a chicken coop, I'm kind of doing it like a fence would do. Go up, and then they usually pour the concrete around them. So that's what I'm going to do in this situation. I'm only going 2 feet deep because I'm not worried about, you know, it's freezing and thawing. If it was a deck, to go down to my footer depth, which is 42 inches from where I build. But 2 foot in clay, plenty deep. It's not going to be freezing and thawing and lifting on me. So let me grab some post, and I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, I got the holes dug, like I said, got the post in there. Next step is going to be, you know, setting the post, getting them level, and then making sure you're still square. Like I said, I use these 4x4x8 landscaping timbers. The only difference is they're just rounded on both ends. So in this case, it doesn't matter because I'm wrapping it with fence and I can nail to it. And it's half the cost. So what I'm probably going to do is start off at this corner, which is the corner I ran into the root with. So I'm going to get it level and put a little bit of dirt around it. So I'm leveling it side to side, front to back. Just kind of putting enough little dirt in there just to kind of hold it stable for me. Don't want to really dump the concrete in it yet because I have to adjust the post. I don't want to be digging out concrete. So that one's nice and level. And I'm starting to get rained on, so let me get my phone out of here. So that's what I'm using right now. I'm going to do a little bit of progress and then I'll touch base back with you.